want to sing for God every chance you get, but your voice gonna go out after a while. But when you give your whole body, yeah, he's able to use every part of you. He's able to use your eyes to lift up to the hills from which cometh your help. He's able to use your mouth to praise his name. He's able to use your hands to help somebody along the way. He's able to use your legs and your feet to run and tell somebody about his goodness. He's able to use your heart to have compassion on people. Is there anybody that wants to be totally used by God? The body informs our emotions, our minds and our thoughts, our desires and our plans. The body represents the total person. And I've noticed that there are some that have not given themselves to God totally. Well, how do you know that, Reverend? Because you can tell when things don't go their way in church, they get mad and stop coming. Come on, talk to me. Yeah, they get mad and stop coming because things don't go their way. But ain't nothing gonna go your way in somebody else's house. I let that sink in. I have a goddaughter and I love her. But she's a vegetarian. And my question is, why are you coming to my house? Thank you, son. Because in 196 Meadowview, we eat meat. Top to bottom. So we were sitting there and we were deciding what to eat. And she calls me today. She says, Daddy, what about pizza? I said, you a vegetarian? You can't eat pizza. She says, I can eat cheese pizza. I said, let me tell you something. Ain't no cheese pizza in this house. I said, now if I go to your house and you feed me cheese pizza, I'm going to eat that. But in other words, I'm not stopping what I do to cater to you. And there are some folks who will stop serving God to cater to other folks because misery loves company. See if I can make this thing clear. Somebody else get mad, they'll come run to you, and you get mad to help them out. You don't even know why you mad. You just mad because he mad. It ain't got nothing to do with it because she mad, you mad too. Because he get out the choir, you get out the choir. Because he stopped coming to church, you start going to church. And then, but the question is, you gonna fool around and they gonna go to hell and you go. How many of y'all gotta go to work in the morning? Amen. Amen. We gotta go to work. And one thing we do, when we go to work, we don't get to do what we want to do. We have to do what they tell us to do in order to get a paycheck. Same thing when it comes to the house of God. In order to get your reward, you got to do what the word tells you to do. You got to live for Jesus. Make your body living sacrifice. Somebody say sacrifice. Yeah. Not only are you a sacrifice, but you are a living sacrifice. When sacrificing an animal according to God's law, a priest would kill the animal, cut it into pieces, and place it on the altar. Sacrifice was important, but even in the Old Testament, God made it clear that obedience from the heart was more important than sacrifice. Obedience will always be better than sacrifice. Therefore, we got to stop talking about, well, I did this for the church, I did that for the church. No, you did that for you. You did that for you because you keep bringing it up. Anything that you do for God, ain't no need of you bringing it up. Come on, talk to me here. But you can imagine if God brought up everything he done for you. I'm the one that told your left eye to blink. I'm the one told your right eye to blink. I'm the reason you got an itch and you're able to scratch it. I'm the one who put shoes on your feet, clothes on your back. But when you look at the goodness of God, he blesses us even when we don't take care of him. So the least we can do is be a living sacrifice. Our new life, our new life is a thank offering to God. Every time we wake up, we ought to say thank you. Every time we jump in the car and make it to our destination, we ought to say thank you. Every time we make it through the end of our workday, we ought to tell him thank you. Every time we sit down at the table, we ought to say thank you. Every time we're able to drive back home and make it into the house, we ought to say thank you. Before we close our eyes and hope for a new day, somebody ought to tell him thank you. Can anybody in the house just stop for a minute and tell him thank you? Have you told him thank you today? I know you once had some ups and you had some downs, but has anybody told him thank you today? Offering our body as a living and holy sacrifice to be completely set apart for God and dedicated to his service. See, every believer ought to make up in their mind that they are dedicated for his service. And when you're dedicated for his service, sometimes you got to go where you don't want to go. Sometimes you got to talk to people who don't really like you. Sometimes you got to pray for people, P-R-A-Y, for people who P-R-E-Y on you. Sometimes you got to smile when you don't feel like smiling. Sometimes you got to ignore some smart enough people and still give them the word of God. That's when you give your sacrifice to God. Philippians 2:14, do all things without complaining and disputing. That messed some of us up in church already. Because when we ask somebody to sing, they're going to complain. When we ask somebody to do something, they got to complain. If we don't start on time, they got to complain. If we stay too long, they complain. If the church is too short, they complain. You know what? Hush. 15 says that you may become blameless and harmless children of God without fault in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation among whom you shine as lights in the world. The best members are the folk that don't say nothing. All they say is thank you, Jesus. All they say is hallelujah. All they say, they song is I'm glad to be in the service one more time. Oh, have mercy. Look at verse 2, and I'm going to the house, I promise. Look at verse 2. And do not be conformed to this world. You gotta watch this world. This world will set you up and knock you down. I wish I had a witness in this. This world will build you up and watch you fall. And you got to understand something, folks. As a child of God, people are waiting on you and me to mess up. You don't believe? Fool around and mess up. You go to church. You're a child of God. That don't mean we don't make mistakes. That means we are forgiven. I wish I had a witness here. When you understand that you have been forgiven by God, he knew you were going to make the mistake before you knew you were going to make the mistake. But when you say, Father, forgive me, your sins are forgiven. And even though the world won't forgive you, the Lord will. And I've come to recognize that the world has no heaven and no hell to put you in. They can make your life miserable if you pay attention to them. But if you focus on the Lord, he will make a way out of no way. He will forgive you of your sins. He will move. He tell you to keep moving. My brothers and my sisters, when believers offer their entire self to God, a change will happen in their relation to the world. You get farther away from the world and closer to God. Christians are called to a different lifestyle than what the world offers with its behavior.